another panel interview with Art Giser, who is a featured speaker, a keynote speaker in global heart activation. We also have Dr. Greene and Melinda Mulcahy. And let's go ahead and show you a video about what we are up to.
The moon every night, and now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, can you imagine, and I feel the magic, can you imagine, and I feel the magic, it's all around us, and I feel the magic, it's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Indeed, you are exactly where you're supposed to be, right here in the now with our amazing, wonderful speakers. So, on today's panel interview, we're going to share more gold, more wisdom, more love with you, insights. And if you've missed any of the other panel interviews, when you sign up for globalheartactivation.com, there is a link for you to watch them. So you can check that out and sign up here for free at Global Heart Activation. We have over 36 speakers and over 85 gifts for you. This is going to be super fun. We have a games master, Susie Vine, on Friday and Jamie Honey on Saturday. And we are going to make this just so fun and playful and loving and healing and spiritual for you. So our first guest, who's also a keynote speaker here at the summit, is Art Giser. And in a moment here, I'm going to ask the speakers to tell us about your why. Like, what had you do the line of work that you're doing now and wanting to contribute? So, Art, go ahead and share with us kindly.
Well, thank you. I'm really happy to be here with you all today. And my why, since I was little, I was always fascinated by the powers of the unconscious mind and mysticism. And I was also fascinated by science, but I knew there were all these potential things that were possible for people. And that's been a lifelong theme for me. And also the theme of, probably like everybody on the panel, wanting to make things better. That kind of compulsively when I was younger, but that real desire to just keep making things better in the world. So I wed those together, and that's what generates everything I've done.
Love it. Thank you. Dr. Greene, tell us about your why. What had you want to come here and provide the work that you do?
Well, in my life, I made a mistake in marriage. And when you marry the wrong person, bad things don't always happen. So we have to be really, I would not listen to my intuition, my inner guidance. It told me to stay away from this man, but I'm listening to my body. So we have to be listening to divine spirit, because when we listen to spirit, we're always in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So ever since that bad mistake, I've been listening to my intuition ever since. And that every day and every hour, I'm listening to it.
Love it. Thank you. Melinda, who is here from the UK, coming at us live. Tell us about your why.
Hi there. Wow, do you know what? I hit rock bottom when I was close to 40. And from there, I went to the doctors, and the doctor gave me the one pill fits all antidepressant. When I decided that I didn't want to take that, I didn't have much of a choice other than to really look at self-help options. And that led me on a real path of discovery. I had two different perfect storms and a divine storm. And the divine storm was a few things, but cancer was one of them. One of the questions I came across really was, in that moment where you're given a negative diagnosis, you can't be happy, grateful, but you can be curious. And that really, just really made me think that curiosity is not contingent upon anything, any circumstance. So I started to really look into it and realized how many benefits there are to curiosity. And it's really my curiosity that enabled me to get to this point where I speak to people about the power of curiosity.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Dr. Brittany McCoy.
Hello, hello. So I can certainly relate to everyone's story. Long story short, I have my doctorate in pharmacy as well as some other degrees. But going through school, I was questioning a lot, and I realized by the end of my program that I didn't want to be so reactive when it comes to a person's health and wellness. And so I really start diving deep into nutrition and wellness and foundational wellness. Oftentimes we use that interchangeably with health, but it's not necessarily the case. But I kind of just went on my own journey, realizing that, the pill isn't the one size fits all, and everybody's situation is different. And I really wanted to be more on that proactive end of health and wellness. And so, long story short, again, I kind of hit my version of a rock bottom as well, and it's different for everyone. And I really sat down to say, do I want to live by this traditional role, or do I want to, just really pave my own way and start serving people in a different way, more towards their own individual needs? And that's what really landed me into transformational coaching, really with this highlight on wellness and its foundational principles. So my why really came down to, just because everybody's doing it or that's the way it's always been done doesn't necessarily mean that in today's current times, that doesn't mean that that's the case. So I really, really transition into this more proactive approach, serving people with their health and wellness in that aspect.
Thank you so much. All right. Now, our qualities. The qualities that we live by determine the quality of our life. And, for me, my quality is love, 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 and divine connection. And when I am thinking, speaking, living from a space of love, and even asking my heart, like, what would love say? What would love do? When I'm in these, moments of options, right? Decisions I need to make. What would love do? Right? Or when I'm feeling triggered, what would love say? Right? So there's a great great many gifts that come out of it. And so for the rest of our speakers, and we'll start with Art again, what are the qualities that you live by? And you'll need to unmute.
That would help. I believe that every person is an embodiment of a beautiful and powerful spiritual being, that every person has amazing, miraculous abilities. And I don't think that it's everybody's path to open that up, but for the people that are open to it, what I really like is just opening the doors to people to realize just how amazing they are. And I'll combine that with what was said earlier, curiosity and wanting to make things better. And the other thing is, I believe that life should be fun when possible. And of course, sometimes life is difficult and tragic, and I'm not minimizing any of that. But in my work and in my life, I always try to bring in, how can there be humor and perspective and fun?
Absolutely. That's why I'm having a games master, because I agree. All right, Dr. Ida.
My what I believe in really has to do with faith, belief, and open to possibilities. And what got me in this process, I have written 24 books because after that divorce that was physical and abusive, and a lot of people get into these things, but I learned to have faith and trust and believe in myself and start listening to my intuition. So when you listen to inner guidance, it's going to always lead you in the right place. So out of all those bad things, I turned my lemons into lemonade because I started writing about my problems. It became 24 books. Now I have 24 books. So just because you're in the lemons does not mean you stay in the lemons. You can always move forward to the possibilities.
Thank you. And Melinda.
Absolutely. Possibilities and potentiality. Now, there's a difference between potential and potentiality. Potential is what you think you're capable of. Potentiality is that plus everything else. And the thing is that we constantly live in only potential. And what I believe is that when we live in potentiality, that opens up the magic of what all these wonderful guests here talk about, which can only be bridged with curiosity. So first and foremost, it's potentiality, but using curiosity as the bridge that enables that whole process.
I love your accent. And like I could just listen to you talk for hours. I just want to say that. Thank you so much. Dr. Brittany McCoy.
So you grow up, and when you're not involved in this, spiritual world, oftentimes you don't understand some of these things that you go through. And one thing that I had to learn was that I'm very empathic and I can easily take on other people's energy and feelings. And you can tell me a story and I can like literally relive it in my life. And I was running away from, attributes that could potentially, right? Potentially be an asset. And yet, because I wasn't educated to the factor, because I didn't know what it was, I was running from it, and it was causing some detriment. But once I became more authentic and just became more open to, just living life as it is and being more vulnerable, is another, subtopic under authenticity. But once I opened myself up to that authenticity and embodying more of the qualities that I already am and stop running away from that, that's when life really started to shift for me. So, one of the major qualities is authenticity for me, but there's a lot of other, subtopics under that. But once I became more authentic, again, things just shifted. And so I really help people with that wellness and just being more open and vulnerable and sharing some of those things, because once you are open to those perceived negatives, you'd be surprised at how easily they could become a positive in your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. And now that you've heard a little bit about our hearts and our philosophies and qualities, tell us more about your business. So, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. And first, who do you serve? Oh, I got balloons. I love it. Sometimes, the camera picks it up when I make certain gestures. Oh, I wanted the hearts. Oh well. Um and when you so I want you to talk about who who do you serve and how do you help? And because it's 2 questions, I'm going to give you 2 minutes each. Okay. So, our beloved keynote speaker, Art, go
Thank
ahead
you.
and share
I
with us.
like being beloved. Thank you. So the people that I work with, people always talk about what's the demographics, and it's probably 80% women. But they have all kinds of different professions. Some are in the helping professions, some are in business. But what is the same for all of them is I think of them like flowers. They have this deep desire to grow and blossom and grow towards the light. And the people that I work with, typically they've done personal development work, work on spirituality, maybe chakras, energy work, maybe they've done Reiki, and they're looking for what's next. They've gotten benefits from what they've already done, but they know there's so much more possible. So most of the people I work with are looking for what's next. And some of them are newbies, but most of them are pretty advanced. I help them by using a combination of techniques from neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, along with spiritual principles in healing and transformative energy work, particularly remote energy work. And we work on clearing unconscious blocks, energetic blocks, ancestral programming, karma, spiritual contracts, and a lot more. And then as people are clearing that out and clearing other people's energy and programming out of their space, connecting them with the guidance from their spirit and their deep inner human wisdom.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Dr. Ida.
You know, I have been doing this work for quite some time, for at least the past 20 years. When I first did my intuition activation for the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and I didn't know about my gifts. I was
Nice.
using crystals and all that, and I went to her house, and she, out of 100 people, she took me to her house, and we got in the bed like two sisters, and she started asking me all these questions. And then I realized, oh, I can channel, I'm a vessel. So I realized that, and so I've been doing that ever since. And what I realized, I've been doing some studies, and everyone has the intuition and a guidance, but most people is below 50%. And some people is dead, is not even awakened when they're in their left brain, and in your right creative brain, you're not really into that zone where you being a vessel and let spirit pour through you. So I have developed that gift, and spirit pours. And let me say this, everyone has a different gift, so we don't need to compete with anyone, because even though they say they do the same thing, spirit doesn't duplicate itself. So I have the ability to really reawaken, or either activate that inner guidance for people who don't have it. And most people, since it's only under 50%, they need more and more activation and reactivation. So I work with spiritual women, but also men on a spiritual path, or people on a spiritual path. I have a lot of men, but my target market is women. But I help them to reawaken, ignite, and to really get that inner guidance going, so they can always in the right place at the right time for the right reason with the right person, and manifesting and drawing in and attracting their right clients and their money. So I help people become money magnets so they can manifest their desires, and they always have money. So money is not a problem when we activate your inner guidance. Money's there all the time.
Love it. Love it. Ka-ching. Go ahead, Melinda.
Well, I serve two different types of clients. First of all, the client that I was originally, so someone who is really not getting much out of life. They're really struggling with life. And I have a system. It's a 7-step system called Curious. I take them through, and basically I teach them metacognitive skills. So this is something that we weren't taught in school, and only a very small proportion of people actually assume the process, probably about sort of 5%. And so I also have a program for more advanced thinkers, people who are CEOs or in business who want to really improve their super conscious genius so that they can start innovating at will. Because what's really interesting is that if you speak to a lot of innovators, they'll tell you that they can only innovate when they're on a sunny beach, having had a month off and blah, 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 when actually you can tap into it like that with curiosity, but you just have to understand the process and how it works. So those two processes really teach people how to tap into their true self, and that also unlocks their intuition as well. So, amongst other things.
Excellent, thank you, Dr. Brittany McCoy.
So I kind of serve two different populations as well. Doctors go to school to become clinicians. They don't go to school to become entrepreneurs. So essentially, I empower service-based professionals, essentially how to increase their influence, gain independence, and generate a bigger impact. They don't go to school to learn tax IDs and EIN numbers and all these other things. And they're not quite frankly, they're not empowered to really just take on and embody more of that authenticity and really change their patients' lives in the way that they most can. And also I serve like anybody that's interested in just wellness transformation. So I focus on 8 dimensions of wellness. 2 examples: spiritual wellness. Do you have meaning and purpose in life? Or financial wellness. If you cannot afford to pay your car payment on time, then how can your doctor or professional expect you to go get that gym membership or go shop healthy, for example? So if you're not focused on having that solid foundational wellness in your life, because it does trickle down into other areas of your life, unfortunately, you won't be successful because it all starts at that foundational level. So those are the 2 populations that I serve, and who.
Thank you. Appreciate it. For me, I serve the empathic, spiritual intuitives who want to make more money, have more loving relationships, a stronger spiritual connection, greater health and vitality. And so when I'm working with them, I see what's in their blind spots. I can see what is subconsciously getting in their way. Sometimes that's looking at some inner child wounds or past life experiences or old traumas. Things just show up to me either in their body, in their aura, or in their timeline. And then I have many, many, many modalities, healing modalities that I've been trained in, as well as quantum empowerment technique, which is one that came through me, and I now certify other people to do that. And it's a way to really, really heal and align your subconscious mind for success in whatever goal you're trying to manifest in your life. And yeah, I love the people who are already movers and shakers, action takers, and just want to keep up leveling personally and professionally. Yeah. All right. So our next round of questiones is about what is the theme of your talk? And our global heart activation has so many amazing speakers. So if you have not yet signed up for it, please do so. You can sign up for free. And you'll also notice that the VIP package is really inexpensive. It's only $47 for lifetime access of the recordings. And even just picking up one of the VIP gifts is far beyond what you'd pay for it. So if you haven't yet signed up, please do so now and get in and receive the treasures that we are about to provide you. So Art, will you tell us about your talk, please?
My talk is entitled Intention Isn't Enough, Aligning Your Spirit, Soul, Conscious Mind, Unconscious Mind, and Body. And, we've been programmed to believe that, it's all about visualizing what you want, intention. And yes, that's really important. But we all know sometimes it works wonderfully and sometimes it doesn't, because you're not just your conscious mind. You have a spirit, you have a soul, you have a conscious mind, you have an unconscious mind, you have a body, you have karma, you have spiritual contracts. And when all of those are aligned, that's when everything flows easily in life. But in those circumstances where you can't achieve what you want, or you almost achieve it and lose it, or you achieve it and lose it, that's indications that you're not aligned. Every aspect of you isn't aligned. So in my talk, we'll actually be going through a process to align all those different aspects of the self.
Love it, love it, love it. We are so in the same wheelhouse. Great JV partners.
Yes.
All right.
This is a great group to be with today. I'm really
Absolutely
happy to be with all of you.
Indeed. Dr. Ida Greene, tell us about your talk.
My talk is magic incorporating intuition in your business and your life. And my foundation, I started out doing as a hypnotherapist. I also am trained and certified as an NLP practitioner. I'm a Reiki practitioner, besides being a registered nurse and an ordained minister and all of that. But that intuition part speaks to me because everyone is operating below 50%. And we need to, Jesus said, greater things than you can do. none of us are at 100% like him, so we can all get better. So I'm here to elevate people that inner guidance so that they can only have in their business, but in their life. Because when you have it in your life, you can always be at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right person. You can become a money magnet, and everything you want in your life, health, wholeness, healness, it bypasses the left brain, the right brain. You go right to source, to create the universe, create the moon, the sun, and the skies, and you're there.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Melinda, tell us about your talk.
I'm there, I tell you. Curiosity saves the cat. Now, you may have heard the old saying, curiosity killed the cat. Well, I'm here to prove that it saves the cat, because it certainly saved me. And actually, when you look at the where that saying came from, it came from a Shakespearean play, Much Ado About Nothing, which was written by, as I said, Shakespeare in, I think it was 1598 or 99, thereabouts. What, thou care killed a cat? Thou has metal enough in thee to kill care. Now, actually, there's no curiosity in that whatsoever. He was talking about worry. Worry will get you killed. But if you have courage enough, then it will beat your worries. It had nothing at all to do with curiosity. Now, funnily enough, after doing my own research, I realized, and you may have heard this saying, that in terms of bravery is certainly something that will help you get through fear, but actually curiosity will reduce your fear. Curiosity can actually downregulate your stress hormones. So what's really interesting is that I talk about how curiosity can not only improve the human condition, our stress, but also that can lead us into fantastic potentiality, which is where we all need to be, and where all the other wonderful speakers also help you to get into.
Love it. Thank you. Dr. McCoy.
Hello, hello. So I know we've all heard you are what you eat, but unfortunately, you're not only what you eat. You are what you drink. You are what you absorb. You are what you read. You are what you see. You are all of those things. And so my talk is about inner health and outer beauty, where we focus on more than just the things that we're taught in school, the things that we've learned from our parents, the things that society deems as worthy of learning and doing and being a part of. I really focus on diving deep into other principles of wellness, especially with the spiritual aspect. How many of you can think about when you were taught about compassion in school, or vulnerability in school, or authenticity, or curiosity, or your potential, or emotional intelligence? All of those things impact us every single day, whether we're conscientious of it or not. So this talk really, really strives to go deeper than some of the things that we've been taught throughout our lifetime, starting from the inside out.
Thank you. The inside out approach. So my theme is about seeing and healing your blind spots for greater success, love, health, and spirituality. And when you have a goal that you want to achieve, but you're only 98% aligned, that 2%, like you could be only 1 or 2% off, and it can block you from manifesting what you want. So I help you get to the 100% congruence, alignment, and creating the life that you want with ease and joy and fun and vivaciousness. It's like you don't have to remain stuck, not one more second. And so in the talk, there's going to be healing, There's going to be an opportunity for some kinesthetic exercises that are going to get you aligned and congruent with your goal. I'm, as an empath and a feeler, I love kinesthetic learning. So I try to incorporate that. I'm not a talking head. I think those, are a little too boring for me. So I'm going to engage you when we're working together. So you got to come live, come ready, and be all in for healing and up-leveling your life. Okay. Now, in terms of coming live to the event, we have a live via Zoom format, which means you can engage with us as we're speaking. You can ask us questions. Some of the speakers are going to guide you with guided meditations or a release process or a healing process or, attuning yourself in some way, or maybe it's a journal process. And whatever it is that we're, bringing to the table, it's going to be live via Zoom. And we're going to have an opportunity for you to also win extra prizes because you're there live. So the Games Master is actually giving away multiple prizes throughout both days, and you need to be live on Zoom with your camera on to win. And oh my gosh, I mean, I've gathered over 85 gifts for you. Gifts aren't even like my love language, but yet I'm from contribution and generosity and fun and play, and that's how I wanted to provide for each of you. Now, I want to hear from the speakers. What are your gifts? What are your gifts for the people that are, for everybody who registers? And then what are your VIP gifts? Okay. So, Art, will you kindly go first?
I would love to. So my gift for everybody, both of them are video online programs on demand. You can use them whenever you want. The first one enables you to spiritually and energetically set up the next 12 months to be a magical year for you. This is a new program I recorded just a couple of months ago. You'll be clearing limiting beliefs, unconscious programming, energetic blocks, societal programming, ancestral programming, past life programming, working on karma and spiritual contracts, and you'll open up to more support and guidance from your spirit and your deep inner human wisdom. We also, in it, you'll be reprogramming all of your chakras to have your life be more and more magical. And all of my programs are easy, they're fun. I think people make transformation way too hard most of the time. Not you, Tiffany, not our present group, I don't think, but many people do. The other gift, the VIP gift, is called Experiencing Divine Love. And it's a series of videos that clear blocks to divine love. So divine love is everybody's birthright. It's there 24/7. It isn't about being worthy. It is, the divine loves us. And I use words like the divine because everybody has different religious and spiritual beliefs. So I just allow people to bring their own beliefs into it and not have to adopt mine. And in it, again, we're clearing karmic and spiritual contracts and conscious and energetic blocks to receiving divine love. I mean, it's here all the time. Why don't we bathe in it all the time? And then after you do the clearing, then it's opening up to that experience of always feeling loved. And so that's my VIP gift.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Dr. Ida Greene, tell us about your gifts.
Yeah, my gift, I'm going to do a intuition assessment for them. And my VIP gift is I'm going to, I do what I call an intuition, inner guided activation, intuition genius activation, where we look at going into the silence. We also, it's going to be a 3-week program. It's $19.97. And the first week we take you into the silence. The next week we really revitalize and regenerate all the cells in your body. And then we go to all the chakras in your body. We go to that business. I do a business chakra where we can activate that center so you can have more money and be more vibrant in your business. And the last week, if you've never done a reading before, I shine light on you and you're actually able to give me a reading and tell me something about myself. And I just did this last night, went to a meeting last night and was given a reading to a lady. So you actually can give me a reading and tell me something about myself and so I know myself and my body. You're going to give your first reading. If you've never done one, you're going to give one because when I shine the light of, I channel energy from source, from the creator, from God. And when God is in charge, magic happens in your life. And you can give a reading. If you never given one, you'll be giving one to me. And that's $17.97. And that's my free VIP gift.
Nice. Thank you. Melinda.
You know what? I'm just signing up so I can go to all the others and get all the other ones. I'm definitely signing up. I can't wait. I am actually giving, first of all, a 5-day alignment. It's actually based on a newer sort of psychological concept, which is emotional change therapy, which is really also looking at timeline therapy, where we use fun and play to transform and to align with more positivity. And that's obviously using curiosity as well to do that. And that's free. And the second one, which is in the VIP section, is a 7-day prosperity challenge, again, based on curiosity. Because actually, I don't know whether you know this, but curiosity is 1/3 of manifestation. And so it's something that none of the gurus talk about. So,
I can't wait for you to share that in your talk. Woo!
yeah, well, so it's such a magnet for manifestation curiosity, and you're hearing a little bit more about it now in terms of techniques, the why technique, but actually the why technique is not what I teach. I teach the how technique, which is really exciting. So yeah, that's the 7-day prosperity challenge in the VIP section.
Excellent. Excellent. Dr. McCoy.
Wow, I'm very honored to be a part of this. I can't wait to get my free gifts and VIP gifts as well. Thanks to you all. My first gift, which is valued at $197, but for absolutely free, will be my ultimate morning routine guide. Most people think, the only thing I do in the mornings is pray and go get coffee. But your mornings can be a little bit more intentional than that. What about gratitude practices? What about self-praises? What about, finding other ways to honor yourself first thing in the morning? Oftentimes we're off to take care of other people, the kids, the parents, the grandparents, work, what have you. But how often do you really take 5-10 minutes to honor yourself? So that first gift is just ways to explore your mornings differently. My VIP gift is valued at $397. That is my VIP gift, but it is a 1-hour wellness consult. So whenever you sign up for that, you will immediately in your email get sent an assessment that looks at various aspects of your wellness. That way you can really optimize your time with me. And even after that, I will follow up with either with a phone call or another Zoom meeting to just really see how you've accustomed to that wellness plan that we have preset for you. So those are my 2 gifts.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm giving away a lot of gifts. The first one for everybody who signs up is Loved. It's a healing audio that takes you from preconception, in utero, and in the first few years of life to help you and your inner child feel loved, safe, seen, heard, understood, and belong. The second is my it's a 7-hour course that's put into little bite-sized pieces. It's called Insight, and it's discovering your 9 blocks to success, love, health, and spirituality. And so I'm going to guide you to go within yourself and start seeing what's getting in your way and release that and get yourself aligned. And And in addition to those gifts, which are, amazing in and of themselves, I'm also in the raffle prizes that you're going to receive because you're live on Zoom with us and, you're put into the raffle. I'm giving away a handful of other gifts. I have a ton of content. So you'll get things like my Highly Perceptive People online course, my Prosperous You program, which has 21 classes that were an hour and a half, 2 hours each on 21 different topics of prosperity and abundance that I sell for $2,000. I'm giving that in the raffle, right? I'm also giving things like my Ultimate Health and Vitality program, and the rest you're just going to have to come and see for yourself. So come and play with us. And then there's people who were like, I love the theme of your summit, but I was already full with speakers. But they're like, can I give a gift? So I have people who aren't even speaking who are giving gifts for this because it has that energy and momentum and magnetism to people like you. So come and play with us. And, the theme is global heart activation. So I would like to invite you to just take a moment to drop into your heart space and take a deep breath, feeling into your heart and sending love to every person, every being on this planet. Allowing for divine blessings, healing, health and vitality, prosperity and abundance, inner peace, compassion, kindness, a strong spiritual connection, and helping the souls who are ready and willing and wanting to up-level their lives, to have the blessings and insights and help to do so. God's blessings be to all. Thank you. Thank you, team, for joining me on that. And I have a final little closing video for you. And then I'm going to see you guys on April 12th. There's one more thing. I have one more gift and then I'll play the video. Okay. So there's one more gift. I have even more gifts in my brand new cell phone app, and you can download it at tiffanyesapp.com. It will take you to the option to download it onto your Apple phone or onto your Android devices. So there's the Play Store as well as Apple Store. And then, as I said, there's already like 85 plus gifts there. And then you got even more in this app. And for those of you who buy VIP, I'm going to put the VIP recordings in the membership portal on this cell phone app. So there's a ton of content that is there now and coming over these next few months. So, and I really look forward to having you there. All right. So for our final little video, to invite you to come and play with us. Here you go.
This is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air.
See you soon.